Now broadcasting on your favorite podcast platform, it's the Maverick Do It Different podcast with your host, Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. When you want to step up and dare to be different, when you will dare to be great and live up to your fullest potential, when you are ready to dare to be a Maverick and live the life of your dreams, filled with abundance, passion, and joy, then it's time to listen to me, Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and the Maverick Do It Different podcast. Welcome to Do It Different podcast. This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and today I want to talk to you about how to design the life of your dreams. How do you design the life you want? This is really key. This is what most people come to me to ask, and yet there's a 4-step process that I'm going to go through with you, and yet every one of those pieces is highly important to create the magnitude, and it's a journey, it's not an event, which is all about your life. Here's what it is, and I'm the counterintuitive coach. I'm the one that does things a little bit different than most, and so where most people might do an ABC, I do it a DCBA. So let's start with the D. You've got to decide. You've got to decide what you want. I ask people all the time, I want my perfect life. I want this, I want that. But when I ask them, okay, so what is it specifically that you want? They say, well, I want financial freedom. I want joy. I want happiness, which sounds really good. However, it's not specific enough. If you asked 100 people what financial freedom was to them, 100 people would give you 100 different answers. If you asked them what joy and happiness meant for them, there would be 100 different answers to that as well. So we've got to get specific. We've got to get detailed. What do we want specifically? How much money? Where do we want to live? What's the couch look like? What color is it? What does our car look like? How many cars do we have? Where do we want to go on vacation? Who do we want as our partners? Who do we want as our significant others by our side? Who do we want connected with over time? Who do we want to meet? Who do we want to engage with? These are all detailed questions that when we answer them, well, it gives an opportunity for it to come into our life. When we do not answer it, when we do not have those answers readily available, they won't come into your life. We talked years and years and years ago, there was this thing called The Secret, and they said, well, what you put out there, you get back. And unfortunately, what most people heard is, oh, what I put out there, I get back. So they start putting out there these vague notions of what their future might look like, and what they got back was a vague notion of the life that they really wanted. So when they say they want more money, well, $1 would come into their life, more than it was yesterday. And well, the universe heard you. The universe fed into you. And yet what you got back was a lot different than what you thought. Absolutely feed the universe exactly what you want. So you've got to decide, write it down, be specific, decide what you want. Be clear. So now you decide what you want. And what I would recommend is to write it down in bullet points or small clauses or simple sentences, exactly what you want. I want $300,000 in income this year. Great. Simple sentence, very clear. I want $300,000 in income. Awesome. Now, as you write all these things that you want, pick your top 3, your top 5. Most people, and they've done tons of studies on this, most people cannot manage to be highly focused on more than about 3 major rocks. Now, some people have kind of minor rocks in those top 3, so I give them some room to create 5 if they want. Pick your top 3. So now we have our top 3. We've decided what we want. We've made the list. We've picked our top 3, and now we're ready to go forward. We're ready to create action. Step number 2, which is the C, is commit. So we decide, now we need to commit. And the commitment means, as you go through your list of your top 3, or even going down the full list of everything that you want in your life, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your commitment level to following through, to making it happen, no matter what? No matter what. What's your commitment on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, to making that goal happen, where you keep on going, you keep on processing, you keep on moving forward, regardless of what else goes on in your life, what else happens in the world, what other obstacles that you didn't think of in advance show up for you, that you're going to keep moving forward and achieve that goal no matter what. That's a level 10. You have any number of commitment level from a scale of 1 to 10 other than a 10, you've got to decide to change your mind. You've got to decide that either you're going to eliminate that as a goal, eliminate that as a principal target, or change your commitment level so that it is a 10. Not just that you write down a 10, that your commitment level inside is actually a 10. It's really a 10, that you're going to work towards that and only that that goal becomes primary, and you're going to make sure it happens no matter what. So we need to decide, you need to commit. The third step, if you will, DCB, believe. You've got to believe. So many people get in the process, and halfway through the process, they give up. They lose faith, if you will. They lose faith in themselves, in the product, service, in the process that they're in. They lose faith. They stop believing. As much as your commitment is to follow through, your belief has to be just as high. You have to believe that you are going to commit, that you're going to create, that you're going to achieve. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in the product or service. You've got to believe in the company that you've created or that you're working for, depending on the scenario. You've got to believe. You know, faith is a powerful tool. All too many people discredit faith. They don't understand the mechanics of it. But when you believe, when you have that faith that everything's going to happen the way you laid it out, that the way you decided, that'll move you through the biggest obstacles, the biggest fears, the biggest blocks in your world. That's the thing that'll carry you forward in the toughest of times in this journey. And yes, you're going to have tough times. Yes, it's going to be a struggle. To create the life of your dreams, to create the life that you always wanted, there's going to be struggles along the way. These are the tools to create the power, the motivation, the momentum, if you will, to make this a reality, to make it happen for you. So first step, you've got to decide. Second step, you've got to commit. Third, you've got to believe wholeheartedly in yourself and in your product and service and in the process, the journey that you're about to face. And last but not least, it's, well, the A is for action. And not just any action, different action than you've taken in the past, because the same action over and over again will get the same results. So different action and different massive action. So many people come to me and they want a change in their life, and they don't just want a minor change. They don't just want an increase in their income by a 5% or 10% increase or even a 20%. They want a doubling, tripling, quadrupling of their income, which we've created over and over again. Only to create that, that's massive results. To create massive results, you want to create massive action. The action is so important. So many people believe that it's all going to come. Their whole world's going to come to them in a heartbeat. It's all going to show up just the way they want it to. It takes action to make it happen. It takes actions to create it in your world. You've got to take the action Get up off your seat, get into the world, do the networking, do the conversations, make the phone calls, send the emails, reach out, dare to show up on social media, dare to have different platforms, if you will, to speak, to share your message, to be vulnerable. All these are actions you're going to be taking when you decide that you want to change. When you decide you want to transform your life, you want to transform your business, you want to create something new and different in your world, so dramatically different that your old self won't recognize your new self. Your old business is nothing compared to what your business could be, will be, and should be. Imagine you create such a massive change in your world that, man, you can't even imagine what it's going to look like. It's going to be so different than where you are now. Only it's going to take that massive action to make it happen. Get busy. Get busy every single day, planning out your day and doing, getting into the action mode. So you want the day, you want the week, you want the month, you want the year, you want the future that is exactly where you want to go. You want to make it everything that you want. You want to be everything that you could be. As cliche as it is possible. Only you've got to take these steps. I'm counterintuitive, so the steps are not A, B, C, but D, C, B, A. Decide what you want, commit to it, believe wholeheartedly in who you are and what you're about and the journey that you're on. And A, take action, massive different action than you've ever taken before to create the magnitude of results that you're looking for. This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. This is Do It Different Podcast. Till next time, everyone.
Thanks for listening to Paul Finck. That's me, the Maverick Millionaire, and the Maverick Do It Different Podcast. You can listen to us anytime, 24/7 on your podcast listening platform of choice. Introduce us to your friends, give us 5-star rating and subscribe, and share us across all your social media platforms to anyone that could really utilize this message right now. Till next time, everyone.